Welcome back to the channel. The game has finished 1-1. Bit of a bad game really, but again I didn't expect much more because of winning the league, Palace winning the FA Cup previously, but Palace were probably the better team in the first half. We were probably the better team in the second half, even though we went down to 10 men in the second half with Gravenberg getting sent off straight red card. So unfortunately that means he's going to miss the first 3 games of next season, which is brilliant. Again, it was a bit of a silly one. It was last man on the halfway line, misjudged the ball and just completely took out the player for Brighton, for Crystal Palace, and yeah, it was sent off. And then Liverpool came back into it with a Salah goal, which got him the joint record with Andy Cole and Alan Shearer, I believe, for most goals and assists combined in a season. A lot of emotions running around the game. Obviously a lot of happy people and some sad people. Trent seemed to be a bit devastated that, you know, look, at the end of the day, a lot of people are going to have their 2 pence on it, and mine is more that he loves the club and all that, and there's no doubt about that. I don't think he doesn't. I think he's just he's had his head turned a little bit earlier, and unfortunately for him, he's ran his contract down, and it is what it is. Look, there's going to be, you could pick it all apart and what's right, what's wrong, and I think the bigger thing is probably Liverpool fans are probably more gutted that he's going, because he's such a good player. You know, going forward, I mean, defensively he's okay. He's not as bad as people make up, but going forward, he's an unbelievable. We see some of the passes he pulls off are just insane. I just feel for him at Real Madrid, he's just going to be another player, and it's like, how many players have you? I mean, obviously it's a little bit different because it's a Scouser, but how many players have you seen leave Liverpool, go to another team, and they completely flop their career? He's won everything in the game in Premier League level, so you know he can turn around and be like, well, I've won everything and done everything and all that. But Philip Coutinho thought he would go to Barcelona and he'd go on there to be a world statue, you know, outside the stadium and all that stuff, and his career fell apart. And he's now ended up back in Brazil playing in, I think he's playing for one of the Brazilian teams. There's not many players that have left Liverpool and it's worked out for him massively. So, look, I hope it works for him in a sense that he can justify the fact that he's left and it's gone better for him. He's won, but the thing is, he's won everything in the game. So what can you win that's different there? La Liga, that's it. Champions Leagues, you've got a chance to win them at Liverpool. You have your family's all here and all that stuff. Look, maybe like you say, he's had his head turned and he feels like he wants to leave on a high. Okay, but you could have done that. You could have come out and told everyone 2 years ago that your idea was to leave the club. You could have said that when your contract finishes. You waited till, you know, I don't want to get too much into it because it's supposed to be a day of celebrations, but again, it's a bit of a hard one. Look, he was dead emotional at the end of the game. His family were all there. They're all emotional, upset and whatever, but it's a celebration day. You know, we've won the league. Finally, he's got to celebrate in front of all the fans and got to enjoy it. And, you know, it's such an achievement to go all the way through this season and win the Premier League, and considering how much money can be spent and what other teams can do. You know, Man City and Arsenal fell off the season, but all of Liverpool just been that good. So yeah, been a really I haven't really celebrated pretty much. I've only had like one can of cider and that's pretty much it. I haven't really got anything to celebrate with. I didn't really go to shop and get any champagne, but I did that when we officially won the league in that game against I can't remember what game it was. We won the league. It actually officially was the League One, not celebration day. So I was drinking champagne on that day. So, but yeah, so it's just it's a bittersweet day for a few players, but it's an unbelievable achievement for Liverpool to win the league in Slot's first season. You know, and if the rumours to be true about transfers, Kirkes, Wirtz, and Frimpong all come in already. I mean, obviously, I know they can sign 2 players in the next, by the 10th of June, I believe. So that'll probably be Frimpong and Wirtz. And then Kirkes will probably be announced, but won't be signed officially until, I can't remember when the transfer date opens, July 1st or something like that. So yeah, there's lots to look forward to. I mean, I considering, I was talking about this a little bit earlier, I touched on the transfer side of stuff. I think there'll be quite a lot of outs and then probably a lot more ins as well, because there's no way he's going to risk letting all those players go, even if we make good money for them, and then not bringing players back in to recover the players that have gone. So, I mean, unfortunately, I can see Nunez going, maybe Jota or Nunez, depending if they can get another striker in to replace that, like, you know, because they're not going to let Chiesa, Jota, Nunez and Diaz all go in the same season, and then you've only got Salah, Gakpo, and that's it. There's no way forward going if two and keeping two and then having that's just not going to happen. I said earlier on my TikTok, I don't know, I might have said it on the YouTube thing. I think Liverpool will be smart to go in for Gyökeres. I think he'd get you a lot of goals. Might suit the system that we play as well. Even or Ekitike, another technically brilliant player, could score goals as well. But again, he's very young, raw. Gyökeres has sort of proved it at Sporting this year and did it at Coventry as well. So I'd love to see him come in. I mean, 60 million pound, I think it is, with in terms of his fee, 65 million euros. So it's probably about 59. You'd probably get that down to paying how much up front and whatever. Imagine getting him in and then having Wirtz come in and then having having Salah and Gakpo and say keep Chiesa, then Jota goes, Diaz goes, and Nunes goes. If Nunes, Jota, and Diaz go, you're probably going to get about 100 million for the three of them, or close to 110 million for the three of them. Keller is probably going to go as well, so it's probably another 20 million. Harvey Elliott, who knows what you're going to get from him if he ends up going, which is a shame, but I just don't think he suits what Slot wants, and that's unfortunate. But managers are going to make, the ruthless managers make those changes without hesitation, and he's going to do that. So, he could be another one going. Then Gomez might go as well. I don't think you'll get anything for him. It'll probably be a couple million unless he's on a free. I'm not sure if he's got how long he's got left on his contract. And then probably Tsimikas go. And obviously you've got Mamardashvili coming in. So, yeah, it's going to be a bit of a turbulent next 5-6 weeks, but I would have thought Slot will probably end up getting all his players in before the pre-season starts, or probably a couple of weeks before pre-season starts. So, Liverpool could line up next year and have Alisson in goal, Kirkes left back, Frimpong up right back, Van Dijk and Konate in midfield. Then you could have Gravenberch, McAllister, and either Szoboszlai or Wirtz, and then have Salah, Gakpo, and then whoever they get up front. I don't like the fact that there's not many English players in this team. It's a bit of a downer that, Trent Going was the guaranteed Scouser almost in that team, and Curtis Jones he's in and about, but you get Curtis Jones is one of those players. I do like Curtis Jones, but I think he's got to add a lot more goals to his game. He's got to add a lot more ability, a lot more things to his game. He's got good ability. He's good on the ball. But he definitely has to add more to his game if he's going to get that first team spot over McAllister or Szoboszlai. Because if Wirtz is coming in, you're almost guaranteeing yourself that Wirtz is going to play. Almost the same as Frimpong and Kirkes. So no way they're bringing him in for the money. They're bringing him in if they don't start. It just doesn't happen in football. The only one would be the exception would be Mamardashvili, who will be definitely on number 2 bench. He'll fight for the first place, but he won't get it because how good Alisson is. So it's going to be an interesting 4 or 5 weeks now. Like I say, according to Fabrizio Romano, Wirtz and Frimpong are on the verge. I wonder if they'll get signed and presented as soon as this little mini window opens with the World, because of the Club World Cup. I wonder if they both get presented at the same time, and then after it'll be Kirkes, and then you'll see a host of going outs, and then it'll be more going in. Everyone's being tight-lipped, which I actually appreciate. They're being tight-lipped. No one wants to give anything away. You don't give transfer targets away so other teams can snipe or the prices can go up. Liverpool are very good at conducting business, and they need to continue in that vein. So, build from this season, winning the league, add more quality, add more depth, better quality depth, and then go all 4 fronts and try and win as many trophies as you can. Not saying you go and beat them, but you try and win 4 trophies, and then if you get 2 out of it or 1 out of it, it's a good season. So, yeah, I'm excited for if this Wirtz deal goes through, then I believe that Liverpool ain't going to hesitate to spend more. This just kind of sums it up. If this deal goes through, they're going to spend more, which is like, wow, we're actually going to spend money. We've been withheld for the last 4 years. I think Klopp's obviously done a maestro thing with what he did with the squad, won what he won. And now obviously Arne Slot's been given money to spend, so wow, it's exciting times really. But yeah, signing off on that. We'll probably try and do some little shorts and stuff, just keeping up to date with transfers when they come in, but everyone's going to see them as much as I'm going to post them, so it doesn't really make much difference, to be honest. But yeah, 1-1 result, draw, and then lifting the trophy at the end was magic. Finally got some good pictures on it, all on my Instagram, so if you haven't got me on Instagram, I'll try and post them on my Astroman TV Instagram as well, if I don't forget. But that'll be it for now, and the next video, before I sign off on here, I'm going to have some more I haven't really posted anything for a while in terms of other stuff. There will be a new game dropping soon. I'm going to do some recording tomorrow, which is Monday. I'm looking at playing either Assassin's Creed 3, which I've done Black Flag, and number 3, I believe, comes after that. So I'm either going to play that, or I am going to play Cyberpunk. I haven't really dived in Cyberpunk yet, and I really want to play the game. So until some of the newer games come out, which are on my list, that's pretty much how it's going to be. So there is going to be a lot more stuff coming. Obviously now we've got a lot more time. There's no football on anything now. So obviously there's a lot more coming. The World Cup next year, I'm going to be there, not for the whole tournament, but probably for about 2.5 weeks of it. Probably going to be vlogging every day for that. So there's so much stuff to come. Premier League next season, definitely trying to get some games next year. Championship, I'm probably going to go to a few games next year. Champions League next year, going to go to a few games as well. So there's a lot of things coming on the agenda for next year. So keep your eyes out. Please like and subscribe, support the channel, grow me. I want to trying to get myself monetized so I can start making some money off this, and then I can put money back into the channel and keep it growing, and then we'll see where it goes. I've got lots to offer. Pokemon, I can do Funko, but again, these are things that I've dialed down. Funko is not really massively popular in England, more popular in America, and unfortunately Pokemon, I'm being priced out of it at the moment just because I refuse to spend £100, hundreds and hundreds of pounds on the sets that are coming out now because of being bought out and resold on the secondary market. It's just too expensive, and it's a shame because I was doing a lot of it before on my channel. I enjoyed it, but now it's just coming to a point where it's too expensive. So yeah, I hope you like this one, and please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.